Have you ever been seeing someone and you're just wondering, like, is she just having fun in the moment? Or is this actually signaling something much, much deeper? You are definitely not alone. The thing is, a high value woman, she often communicates her desire for a real commitment, not with some big grand declaration, but through these little silent signals. Today, we're going to break down exactly what those are. Okay, let's get into it. Right? This is the core question. You're trying to figure out, is this just a temporary thing? Or is this the start of a real, honest to goodness partnership? And a lot of us think, a woman will just come out and say it. But honestly, so often, the most powerful signs are the ones she doesn't say out loud at all. And that is exactly what we are exploring today. You've got to understand these signals, they aren't games, not at all. They're the totally natural expressions of someone who is finally ready to take off her own emotional armor and maybe, just maybe, build a real home with you. These are those subtle little shifts that show she's moving from just dating to being truly devoted. So this first group of signs, they're all about a fundamental shift you'll start to notice in her energy. Seriously, she goes from trying to impress you to just being with you. Let's take a look at what this actually feels like. All right, so the very first big sign is what we call the gift of presence. Just look at the contrast on this slide. In a world where it feels like everyone is constantly performing, a woman who wants a real relationship with you, well, she'll stop the show. That kind of frantic energy, the need to be witty and funny and fill every single second, it just disappears. Instead, she offers you relaxed silence, which is incredibly magnetic. It shows she's comfortable with herself and, this is the important part, she's comfortable just being fully present with you. The next sign is this subconscious shift in her whole vibe, her energy, even her style. When she's getting ready for a relationship, she starts to seem more approachable without even trying. You might notice she wears more calming colors or goes for more relaxed hairstyles. Now, this isn't about her letting herself go. It's actually the opposite. It's about signaling confidence and comfort. This relaxed, receptive vibe, some people call it feminine energy. It's not about being weak. It's about allowing a connection to grow naturally instead of trying to force it or control it. Okay, let's move into our next section because this is where things get really interesting. Now we're going to start listening for the specific words she uses. Her actual language starts to change, and it signals a way deeper level of trust and respect. So you need to listen for what I call the devotion phrases. Hearing "I trust you" can actually be way more powerful for a man than even hearing "I love you." Why is that? Because it speaks to his core identity. When she says she trusts your judgment, or that she knows you've got this, she's tapping into what a lot of people call the hero instinct. She's not just giving you a compliment, she's showing she sees you as her rock, and that builds a bond of incredibly deep respect. And here's another one of those devotion phrases that signals some incredible maturity. When a woman says, "take your time," she's giving you what some therapists call emotional oxygen. It just removes all that pressure that so often makes guys shut down or pull away. It communicates that she trusts the pace you're going at and that she isn't being driven by anxiety. And that calm confidence, that is one of the most attractive qualities she can have. And this leads us right to our next sign. She values the relationship over being right. I mean, look, anybody can argue just to win, but a woman who actually sees a future with you will do something pretty rare. She'll give you a real apology. When she can actually say, "I'm sorry," or even, "You know what, you're right," and she takes responsibility without a whole long list of excuses, something profound happens. As you see here, your emotional guard just drops. You feel safe, and that bond of respect gets so much deeper. She's showing you that us is way more important to her than her ego. Okay, for our final section, we're moving from her words to her actions. These last signs are all about tangible proof, real-world evidence that she is paying close attention and is truly invested in who you actually are. And that brings us to the sign of specific thoughtfulness, which is perfectly captured by this kind of surprising but really powerful under $20 rule. See, anyone can plan a fancy dinner, but a woman who is really falling for you isn't trying to buy your affection. She's trying to show you that you are seen. And this is exactly what that looks like. It's her remembering that random story you told 3 months ago about your favorite candy from when you were a kid. It's her finding that $4 book you once mentioned you wanted to read. It's her printing out a silly meme about that nerdy hobby you have that most people just don't get. Remember, this has nothing to do with money. It's all about her paying close enough attention to know the tiny specific details that make you, you. This little story from one guy just captures the power of this sign perfectly. A cheap, silly gift, a dinosaur spatula, became so meaningful to him that he framed it. So why? Because it was never about the spatula. It was about the meaning behind it. It represented being deeply and uniquely understood, which, let's be honest, is one of the rarest and best feelings in the entire world.
And being understood like that leads us to the final and maybe the most important silent signal of them all. She stops being just a person you date, and she starts becoming a safe space, a place where you don't have to perform anymore, where you don't have to act tough.
The sixth and final sign is this: she becomes your safe haven. You'll literally hear her say, "Talk to me, I'm listening," and you'll know she actually means it. She won't interrupt, she won't judge you, and she won't immediately jump in and try to fix all your problems. She just stays. She creates this environment where you finally feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And ultimately, that's what it is. She becomes your home. It's that feeling of finally being able to just exhale, to be your complete self without any fear of judgment. And when a woman makes you feel that way, it's because she has already decided that you're the one she wants to protect and build a real future with. So at the end of the day, real love, it's not found in the big cinematic movie-style gestures. It's built in these quiet, consistent, and truly authentic shifts. If you're starting to see these signs, you're probably not just in a fling. You're likely building something really and truly unbreakable. So, which of these silent signals have you noticed lately? If this helped you understand connection just a little bit better, do me a favor and hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives. I really want to hear from you, so let us know your experiences down in the comments below.